Hello everyone, it is that time again, so another year down for my channel. 2016 was pretty productive all things considered. To recap, as per the usual format, we started off the year with finishing off the Defensive Magic only run, Secret of Mana streaming playthrough. Overall the game ended up being a rather easy jaunt down memory lane, but I'm glad I did it. It is one of my favorite old school RPGs after all. We then completed yet another chapter in the long-running co-commentary series with my wife, Sakura Wars So Long My Love. This time around it was Jiminy's story arc, and we had some nice fun with that. Alongside this, I started a rather interesting casual run of a visual novel game called Karawa Shoujo, a very unique game that was part ecchi, but instead of focusing on those elements, rather builds its attention around the complex relationships between the protagonist and the multitude of disabled girls he met. At the end, it was a worthwhile playthrough with a good moral message about acceptance and empathy. We then moved into the spring and summer with my third streaming project, Final Fantasy VI, the first Final Fantasy I ever played. This time around, we did a no Magicite, no Relic run, which actually increased my fun of the game and helped me discover new ways of beating or tackling various obstacles and bosses. A very fun playthrough for me. We then delved into our first fan game of the year with Descent: The Enemy Within, headed up by Dark Flame Wolf yet again, but this time made alongside various other friends like Dark Horse, Sirius, Pumo, and other designers. With a completely new robot cast and new weapons added to the mix, this blind, no-secret cold start run became a very challenging project for me to complete. Still, it is one of the biggest custom mission campaigns for the game series I've yet seen, and I applaud their effort. I then took some downtime and did an indie fun run of Mega Man Sprite Game while I was sick a few weeks this year on the request of one of my viewers and folks I follow on Twitch, Majoric. In fact, he was live in the commentary as he watched me play this silly game blind for the first time. To coincide with this, I also stream raced the abridged version of Mega Man Revenge of the Fallen with both Majoric and Ultimo Mantoid, another popular Mega Man streamer and YouTuber. Feeling that Mega Man itch again, I went back to the classic series and did my usual Buster-only no-death run on it. Being my first Mega Man game I ever played, this was a real treat for me to revisit it once again. We then finally got around to Season 2 of The Walking Dead, a game series known for its great storytelling and gut-punching game decisions. I had a lot of fun playing a blind 5-death run or less of this. No season of Walking Dead has ever busted my 5-death limit yet on a blind playthrough, but Season 3 is around the corner, so who knows? It may happen soon. Amidst all this, we had a mighty number 9 game get released, and of course it had to quickly be made a blind, Buster-only, no-death run. It ended up being super fun, yet also frustrating at the same time, as I not only perfected my gameplay, but learned how the game actually worked at the same time. An underrated game that got maligned for its association with Mega Man and its creator. Next, I finally touched the tip of the iceberg of the mammoth game, Final Fantasy VII, with my class-based challenge. Given that the remake is looming on the horizon, I felt it good to finally start up this game at least, and push out the initial Midgar section as a Season 1 package. Expect more of this run in the near future. I then uploaded my 4th gaming stream with a no-herb, will-only boss run of Illusion of Gaia, a fun action RPG from the Super Nintendo era. With 2 boss exceptions, it ended up being a very fun run through the game world, and had a super good time playing through it. Ending the year, we complete yet another chapter in the long-running Sakura Wars So Long My Love with my wife. We have one more chapter and extra material to go through, so hopefully we can finish it next year. So, that was quite a lot of content for 2016, eh? On top of that, I finally hit my 1,000 video mark on my channel, so that's a pretty amazing milestone. So before we look ahead to the next year and my goals for it, let's go over what I found to be the most and least fun playthroughs, as well as the hardest and easiest. To begin with the least fun playthrough this year, 2016, it had to be Descent: The Enemy Within. As much as I love Descent, it always seems running challenges on these games tends to be a chore that I have to slog through. Don't get me wrong, it was certainly fun, but not an enjoyable challenge. For the most fun playthrough, I'd have to give that to Illusion of Gaia. It not only ended up being easier than I expected it to be, but a great trip down memory lane. It was a super casual streaming experience. Now for the easiest challenge playthrough of 2016, that undoubtedly goes to The Walking Dead Season 2. It didn't really have to try that hard at all to survive in that game. The developers still haven't really decided to try and kill the player yet. If I can get through it blind without breaking my 5-death limit, they weren't trying hard enough. Now my hardest play series, it was almost a tie, and it barely went to Descent: The Enemy Within, but the winner actually goes to Mighty Number 9. I feel that the combination of both it being a blind run and a challenge playthrough made this game far harder than it needed to be. Now that I know what to expect, it actually is a lot easier for me these days. But that didn't change the fact that at the time, it was one of the hardest things I had to accomplish this year. Now with 2016 behind us, it's time to look ahead to the future in 2017. There are a lot of troubles on the horizon for me and my family, and I do not see myself doing much streaming or many YouTube play series as a result of this coming year. There are a lot of changes in my real life with jobs, family, and more that'll prevent me from doing a lot of Let's Playing. However, I can go over what's currently in the works and what I hope to achieve next year. I'll be posting firstly a side project I worked on for my oldest boy who is becoming a gamer himself, in no small part thanks to his dad. It really isn't a challenge play series in any way, shape, or form, but it was a cool diversion I did this year that he and I enjoyed, and I had a blast in creating. Since I don't let any videos go to waste, I'm uploading them for you all for fun, and I hope you enjoy them just as much as we did. Next, I'm nearly done producing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Minimalist Run, which will be my first big project of 2017, and that was super fun to create. Now, after that, I literally have nothing else in the works or even halfway finished, but my plans for 2017 involve trying to push out another season of Final Fantasy VII, so maybe we'll reach all the way to Rocket Town in Season 2, who knows. I'd then like to finally release Season 2 of Akami, which my wife and I are currently in the middle of, where we go all the way through Ryoshima Coast region, and we'll end that season just after the boss Nine Tails. From there, I'd still like to do a run of Freedom Planet, but not sure if I can actually complete a challenge run on it. I've never been quite good at Sonic games, playing them normally or playing them with a challenge. So we'll see how far I can actually do anything with that game. I also got intrigued by a small game called Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, and I may be doing something with that. Finally, Life is Strange is still on the agenda, but no real deadline or plans to immediately film it at this time. Beyond these ideas and hopes, I really have nothing else for 2017 due to the volatile nature of my real life at the moment. Hopefully you all understand if I'm far less active throughout the next year, but will continue to stick with me for the years to come. It's been a great 2016, but now I must draw it to a close. And if anyone was wondering, the game I've been playing this entire time, it has been Rune Factory, Tides of Destiny, the sequel actually to the previous game I showcased last year, Rune Factory Frontier. And it actually improves on a lot of things from the previous game, but also adds a lot of disadvantages as well at the same time. But with this log completely done, I wish you all a Happy New Year, and I'll see you later.